Facebook towards non-smartphones, Nokia, WhatsApp, etc. The average person that's living in a rural setting or living in a lower socioeconomic means within a developing country, they don't browse the internet, Valentin. They
It's the
don't.
Facebook.
It's the Facebook, it's the WhatsApp, it's the texting their friends, etc.
So carrier control of carrier is one thing, and it comes with two consequences. When companies, let's say North America, make their strategies, they often forget that not only everybody has a phone, and not an iPhone, it's probably an Android phone, and they're getting better by the day. And that means that even very accessible phones at less than 100 US are getting really, really good with those new conditions. And I've seen that very often. People are like, oh, yeah, but how will they connect to internet? They don't have a phone. It's like, you'll be surprised by the phone they have, because that phone is their computer. That's their one investment they make within the resources they have. And most people have more than one phone. That also people forget.
Just to add there, Facebook provided free Facebook towards non-smartphones, Nokia, WhatsApp, etc. The average person that's living in a rural setting or living in a lower socioeconomic means within a developing country, they don't browse the internet, Valentin. They don't.
It's
It's the Facebook, it's the WhatsApp, it's the texting their friends, etc. They have particularly no interest towards that. They've maybe fed news towards that, and so really, I actually, in Africa, I had a knock phone in my car because it's a solid phone that has 3 months of battery. It doesn't need charging,
It's safe.
And therefore it's my safety mechanism towards anything bad happen towards this. I know it's always there. We often see villagers within these locations who may climb the tree, for example, to get a signal. There's a sort of an industry that sort of happened around that. There's a man in the village that has the only charging station, for example, and all of a sudden it sort of bears out this.
It's a revenue opportunities in rural areas, right? If you can produce electricity, suddenly people will give you a bit of money to be able to charge their device, because there's no electricity, but there's reception, right? So it's an interesting setup.
There is. I was always shocked by Kenya, Uganda, Mozambique, where 40 to 50% of the population have no access to power. It is actually that kind of sort of figures. You think it's maybe not true or not, but people who will live their entire life who will never have a light. They'll never had access within their homestead towards a power charging station.
But I think that what we're saying here is that there are almost two different digital lives. So you can have the fancy 5G, everything's on the internet, you expect people to be operating on a laptop and a smartphone. And then you have the majority of the world which operates online using Facebook on a different type of phone. So it's on lo-fi. They are very smart about where they go to and what uses the data that they've got access to, and they use that to be very powerful aspects of their life, and they'll often do it on behalf of others. So a lot of the feedback that we see coming into Loop is people feeding back on behalf of 60 other people, so representing other groups. And the other area is the anonymity that the technology brings that you can't get doing something face-to-face, which we're seeing as sort of opening up a whole range of other activities and services that can be provided through technology. So I really do think, our moderators all primarily use their phone. They don't have laptops. They're not sort of browsing the internet, as you're saying. It's all lo-fi. It's all on the phone. Everything has to be accessible through in that way. So it's really a very, very different use of technology than what we're used to, which sort of closes the circle back around making sure that we're talking to them and designing services for them.